Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. For the longest time, I've had a lot of people telling me I needed to do a video featuring the Toyota Sienna minivan. Well, as you can see today, I am here at Yoakum Toyota to do just that. And this is the 2021 Toyota Sienna. And we're going to take a close look at the exterior and the interior. And I'll tell you what, there are some stout changes for 2021. I really have to wonder, is this the ultimate minivan available from any manufacturer today? I'll let you make your decision on that ultimately based on what you see in today's video. But I tell you what, I must admit I'm very impressed by what I have seen just kind of playing around and learning this Sienna and all of its features and functionality. And just so you can see right here, I know I've shown it on the screen already, but this is the Platinum Edition. And I have a feeling I already know what the answer is going to be to this question, but if you want to see me line up side by side this 2021 Sienna with a 2021 Honda Odyssey, tell me down in the comments and I will make that happen for you. So as you can see, it is fully redesigned. A lot of improvements, including technology, interior space. There is actually an all-wheel drive model available if that's something you so desire. An all-wheel drive minivan. There was a time in the past when I don't know that anybody would have ever thought of that. So got the hazard lights on so you can see everything functioning. Well, let's not get tongue-tied in our excitement here, and you heard the engine just shut off right there. And we'll take a closer look at what is under the hood in just a little while. But the only available powertrain for the Sienna this year is going to be the hybrid powertrain, and it features a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine, and we'll talk more about exactly what you get as far as horsepower, what kind of transmission, and the different numbers and everything. But I just want to give you a quick look here at what you have, and don't mean to blind you right there, kind of a bad view right there, but you do have the LED headlights that have the auto on-off feature available if you wish to take advantage of that. And of course, the turn signal indicators are built into the mirror, and there are a lot of hands-free features that we'll take a look at in just a minute. And as I mentioned earlier, the former six-cylinder no longer available here with the Sienna. Now you have the hybrid powertrain available on all trim levels. In fact, let me step back here just a little bit and show you the trim levels available and what their base prices are. But of course, you're probably wanting to know what kind of numbers you have as far as horsepower goes. I will put that on the screen, and the gas mileage is going to be the same across the board as far as the estimated gas mileage. 36 miles per gallon city, 36 miles per gallon highway. And this model has an electronic continuously variable transmission, or an ECVT. And as you can see, you've got instructions here for how to use the power sliding side doors on both sides, on the driver and passenger side. And there is where you're going to need to actually make contact just underneath the vehicle. So let me do that real fast, just like that. And as you can see, the door is going to open right up. And of course, that's going to be on both sides of the vehicle here. And the reason I want to go over onto the the driver's side here, I'll do the same thing here, just a quick tap like that. And if it doesn't open as quick as you want it to, don't worry. Just tap it like I just did right there, and it will open. Not a big deal. But here is one of the features I really like here. Not only do these seats recline, these middle row seats and the rear seats, and I'll show you that in just a little while, but they also have the footrest right here. Talk about a great place to take a nap, to get some rest. And we'll take a closer look at all of that in just a minute here. And just a quick look at the exterior on the rear here. Nice looking tail lights, really like the overall design here. Of course, there's that big Sienna logo, and you've got your rear window wiper if you need that. And we'll take a look in just a little while at what your camera views look like. Of course, the rear roof spoiler here that is meant to channel wind over the window to help keep that clean as you're driving down the road. Now, once again, in the same manner as what we had with the side doors, you also have a power rear lift gate right here. But there are some really neat options back here. Of course, you've got your cargo net if you need that, and you can use that as you see fit. See right there, you can just pull that apart. You can put whatever you can get to fit inside there, but that is by far not my favorite feature back here. Okay guys, you have a couple of little storage bins back here that are both removable if you wish to remove those. And as you can see, I stowed away what was inside the cargo net, and then the cargo net itself is right there. And as you can see, those do come off, or you can just simply open them that way if you wish to. And it might be a little hard to do this one-handed. Let's see here. So I'm going to pull that out. You can do that with both of these rear areas here with the seats. But here's the cool thing. Of course, as you can see, you've got instructions right here if you need that. And so, not a big deal. But here's what you have. Let's just use one side, and we'll try and see if we can do this. You can move that seat forward like that. Of course, that's not the only thing you can do here, and hopefully I can do this one-handed. I'm going to sure try to. There we go, we've got that in place. Let's pull right here, and here's what happens. Hopefully you have a good view of that, but as you can see, I stowed the seat down, kind of similar to those magic stowing rear seats in the Odyssey, but basically I can give you an idea of how this looks just by leaving one side up and one side down. And it's actually very easy to get these back in place as well. Let's see here if we can get down here. We're going to grab that one more time, move that forward, and then you grab the strap right here. Let's see, let that lock into place. When you hear it lock into place, then you can pull the strap. And that, of course, shows you how much you can recline the seat, but we'll put that back in place just so that you can see how easy that is to do. Let's see, there we go. Kind of hard to do that one-handed, but I like the way that works. And of course, let me step back here and give you the numbers as far as cargo space goes. Definitely not hurting for cargo space by any means. And just some very unique innovations here by Toyota with the Sienna for 2021 as far as storage space and how you can maximize that, not only with these little bins right here, but also you can remove those, you can use those for storage. In fact, this is what I would call a multitasker. You can take both of these storage bins out and actually use this entire area right here for storage as well. If you have something big enough that needs to fit right there that doesn't fit inside here, you can take both of those out, leave the seats up, and you have that multitasker that I like to talk about that can be used in a multitude of ways depending on what your situation is. Like I said, there is a lot of space, not only cargo-wise, but just interior overall for driver and passenger. And of course, these seats will slide all the way forward. I don't know how easily I can do that one-handed. Let's see if I can. I don't want to bring that up, but let's see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Got that up, and all I did was pull up on this latch right here. And you can see how far forward that seat slides. So if you're wondering, how do you get to that third row? There you go. That's exactly how you do it. A lot of space here. And of course, the seats can be moved back and forth depending on the situation. If there's nobody in those rear seats, of course. You want to see how far back that reclines? Well, there you go. That's as far as it goes. I know it's not the best view of that, but just because I have the seat sitting forward right now, we'll leave that as it sits. And I'll hop here into the rear, and hopefully you can see. It's a little dark today. There's advantages and disadvantages to that. We don't have the sun to blind anybody with, but I'll show you what you have here as far as connectivity goes. And of course, you've got your two drink holders right there. And we'll look over here to the other side, and you have even more right here. A couple of USB ports, more drink holders, and you have shades that are available to move into position right here. As you can see, you can leave those up, and I'll pan over here to the other side. That one is down. I did that for a reason, just to kind of show you the comparison. And of course, you have the air conditioning vents back here. Quite a bit of airflow for your rear seat passengers. And just so you can see how far back you can slide the middle row seats if you want to. If there's nobody sitting in the rear, obviously you can have an immense amount of legroom. In fact, let me hop inside and I'll actually show you. I've got the seat as far back as it will go. I can barely even reach the bottom of the front seat there. And I'm 5'10". Talk about being ultra comfortable back here, especially if you wish to use the footrest right here and just kind of extend that out so you can take a nice little nap reclining the seat and all that good stuff. And of course, to close the door, you have a couple of different options for that. You can just push forward on the handle right there and it's automatically going to close. And once again, you do have a shade right here if you wish to take advantage of that as the middle row passengers. And here is the button for the power window. That's one touch for that window right there, by the way. I don't know if you noticed how I did that. And we'll just raise that back up, as you can see right there. Now, here's something that I find to be very interesting. You actually have quad zone climate control in this Sienna. Dual zone in the front and dual zone here in the rear, as you can see. And I've also activated the heated seats right there. Let's get you a good view of that. And of course, you also have the entertainment system that allows your middle and rear seat passengers to enjoy movies. All the connectivity is found right down here. It's a little bit hard to see, but of course you've got your USB ports right here. And down here, of course, you have the HDMI connection. Probably a little hard to see that right now, but you've got the HDMI connection and a power outlet right here, 2 more drink holders, the map pockets on the rear of the seats, and there is a lot of storage space here, as you can probably see. I don't know how well you can see that being a little bit dark in here, but another cup holder or drink holder and a bit of a door bin right there, a small door bin. Let me move that back up and out of the way. I'm gonna turn that heated seat off. But here's something that I find to be very interesting. There is a lot of space up here, and you might already see one of my favorite features up there with the rear view mirror. We'll talk more about that in just a minute, but I want to show you what you have in the front seat as far as features go. Like I said, there's a lot of storage space, a lot of creativity, and of course a lot of great technology, and just giving you an overall look at what you have from this point of view. All right guys, as we start to work our way into the front seat, we'll take a look at the passenger side door. Very large door bins, quite a bit of storage space right there. Of course, as you would expect on this particular trim level, you're gonna have power driver and passenger seats. Check out the size of this pass-through with the center console. That has to be the biggest I think I have ever seen. And just in the interest of fair reporting, of course, got a lot of stuff in there, but there is a lot of space within the glove box itself. And of course, as you can see, you have wireless charging right there for your cell phone. And of course, giving equal time here on the driver's side, you will notice a few extra controls, of course, for the mirrors, and you do have seat memory here on the driver's side. And just to show you what you have here as far as features and functionality, different features you can turn on and off. And again, of course, power driver's seat. Of course, that is a fully adjustable steering wheel, tilt and telescopically. It is power, so you don't have to manually adjust that, as you can see. And of course, you do have a sunroof right here. Now, this is not a panoramic sunroof, and I believe the reason you're not going to see that is because of your entertainment system, the screen right there. But to give you just a nice look at what you have as far as the infotainment screen, here is the dashboard. Everything just very, very nice, looks very high-tech, but yet at the same time, very simplistic to use and learn if you've never had anything such as the steering wheel mounted controls in one of your vehicles. And yeah, there are people out there who still haven't had this kind of technology before, and just a lot of amazing features and functionality here. Multiple different features you can go through. I'll just run through, and all I'm doing is just using the arrows on the steering wheel on the left-hand side of the steering wheel mounted controls, just so that you can see what you have there. And again, a very, very simple. But I will say, I like the rear view camera and how convenient that is. You do have multiple views available here, and we'll just go through a couple of those real quick. But here's something I really like. If you're in an area that's maybe kind of tight, let's see here, all you're gonna do is touch the screen right there. And if you wanna go back to the overhead view, and you just touch that a second time, so you can see anything you want from pretty much any area you want to. It's very simple and very easy. it just makes it so convenient to make sure that if you're in a tight parking space, you don't wind up hitting anything that is around you. So very nice, very simplistic, but very easy to use, very easy to learn, nothing to be afraid of here. But I tell you what, I really like your options here with the rear view mirror. Now, if you just want the conventional rear view mirror, then there's what you're going to have. But depending on how many passengers you have in the rear and if all the headrests are up and all that kind of stuff, well, then all you're going to do is flip that forward right there, and there you go. You've got the actual camera view from the rear of the vehicle. And it does take a little bit of getting used to, but honestly, it's not that bad. And just taking a look around here at the front area, let's just see if we can kind of move some things around so you can see what's up here. There's another USB port right there if you need that. Plenty of connectivity throughout. Here are the obvious switches for drive modes. If you want to drive in EV mode, of course, you can just hit that right there. There is your power parking brake, drink holders, or a drink holder right here, and then you have two more right there, but they're different sizes depending on what your situation is. And let's see here if I can give you a good view of this. Kind of a multitasker of sorts here. You don't have the armrests built into the seats themselves. They're actually built into your console right here, as you can see. And if you push the button right there, of course, then you can open the console. And I like the fact, let's see if I can get you a good view of that, that you have connectivity right here that you don't have to really look hard for because it's illuminated. Definitely a lot of great features here. Plenty of space down there inside the console. I mean, that's pretty far down in there. I don't know if you can tell how far I had to reach down there to get to the bottom of the console. But definitely high marks for Toyota on this newly redesigned Sienna. Okay guys, just a quick look here at the remote as well, just so you can see what you have there and all the different features of what you can lock, unlock, open, and all that good stuff. Very, very simple to use, but I do like the fact that everything is pretty simple to use here. A lot of different options for opening and or closing these power side doors, and of course the rear lift gate as well. And all you have to do is just hold that down and then it's going to begin to open. Pretty simple and very, very useful. So as we take one more look around the Sienna, and by the way, I didn't talk about this earlier, those wheels are 20-inch wheels. Pretty nice looking wheels. Of course, you're going to have the hybrid logo in a couple of different places here. But tell me what you think. Has the redesign of the Sienna exceeded your expectations? Tell me what you like here, guys. Tell me what you'd like to see maybe in future editions. But I tell you what, I think Toyota has really set the bar pretty high in the minivan class across the board with these features and functionality that are available here. So gotta say thanks again to my friends here at Yoakum Toyota. And of course, all of you, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate it, guys. Tell me what you want to see in future videos. Tell me if you want to see that side-by-side comparison right here at Yoakum Toyota with the Sienna, and then I'll go across the road here and get an Odyssey from the Honda dealership, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Thanks for taking the time to watch, guys. I appreciate it as always, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.